Hello, my name is Shalaine Debernardi, and I am the Assistant Director of Development at the Utah Division of Water Resources. And I am here to provide a webinar regarding the requirements and funding for secondary meters in the state of Utah. The information in this webinar is intended for secondary water providers. It is not for individual homeowners or water users. In this webinar, we will cover the existing requirements and funding opportunities, as well as answer some frequently asked questions about our secondary meter grant application process. Over the past several years, the Utah legislature has passed a series of bills addressing the metering of pressurized secondary water. During the 2022 legislative session, House Bill 242 was passed. House Bill 242 updated requirements to include the following. Secondary water suppliers shall install and maintain a meter of the use of pressurized secondary water by each user. Full metering of the system is required by January 1st of 2030. The provider is required to develop or update a full metering plan and submit that plan to the Division of Water Resources by December 31st of 2025. In addition, the provider must submit a report to the Division of Water Rights by March 31st of each year regarding the water used. In conjunction with House Bill 242, $250 million were provided for grants for secondary water meters. A grant can be up to 70% of the applicant's costs, but is limited by the size. If the provider has 7,000 connections or less, they are limited to $5 million in grant funds. If they have more than 7,000, you are limited to $10 million. Our first application period closed on May 15th, and our second period runs from June 15th to July 30th. If there are funds available after July 30th, there will be another application period. If you receive a grant from the Board of Water Resources, your meters shall allow for data communication between the meter and other devices that are designed to manage use. You must also provide an educational component for end users, either on a monthly statement or on a customer-specific internet portal. Any grant funds must be contracted with the board by the end of 2024, and those grant funds must be spent by the end of 2026. In addition to the grant funds available, there are loan funds available from the Board of Water Resources if you need them to help complete your project. If you would like additional information, or you think you are eligible and would like to submit an application, please go to our website at water.utah.gov/secondary meter grants. There can be much information found here, as well as a link to House Bill 242. But if you believe you're eligible, you need to submit your grant application. Click on the blue button and it will take you to this ARPA grant application for secondary meters. Complete this application and submit it to secondarymetergrants@utah.gov. You will need to attach a detailed cost estimate of your project. You'll need a project map and any other information you believe is pertinent. The process after you submit your application is that division staff will review it, contact you to verify your information, and prepare a report to present to our board. First round applications will be presented to our board at their August 4th meeting, and grants will be awarded at that time. Once grants have been awarded, a contract will be prepared, and funds should be available for first round applicants beginning in September. Any second round applications will be considered at a later meeting of the board. One question we're often asked is if you have to install secondary meters. We are not here to provide legal opinions. It is up to you to read the bill and determine if it applies to you. While metering is not required to be completed until January 1st of 2030, grant funds are available for a limited time. So if you feel you're eligible, please complete this application and get it submitted. The grant funds that are available for 2022 and 2023 are up to 70% of the applicant's project costs, and the amount available reduces over the next couple of years. As stated before, they must be contracted by the end of 2024 and spent by the end of 2026. Grant funds will not be provided upfront, nor will you have to complete your project before you receive grant funds. Once you have bills and invoices, you can submit those to the division, and they will be paid in accordance with your contract that is in place. I recommend that you submit your application before July 30th, as there is no guarantee that funds will be available after that date. Our first round application requests totaled approximately $200 million. So with only $50 million remaining, we are not sure they will last beyond the second application period. We are often asked about WaterSmart grants that have been provided for your meter project, and if you are allowed to use that as your 30% cost share. The answer is no. Any WaterSmart grants or other grant funds specifically designated for your metering project must be removed from the total cost, and the board will consider funding up to 70% grant of the remaining portion. We do not recommend or approve of any specific secondary meters. Rather, we have a list on our website of all known providers, and it is up to you to do your research and determine what meter works best for your system. If you have additional questions, you may reach out to me. My contact information is seen there, or Marisa Egbert. She is our project funding section manager and is very well aware of this program and its requirements. Please reach out if you have any additional questions, and please visit our website for more information. Thank you.